I'm still a tad thirsty, and I got chips in the back. Why did I do that? It looks so crummy in the background. But it is past 6 o'clock a.m. in the morning here in California, and it is Valentine's Day. I believe the day was invented by greeting card companies. There are plenty of people that celebrate it. I enjoyed it when I was a child, but as an adult, not so much. It's just kind of a silly day. Super Bowl is over, and I wonder what is a stronger emotion, love or hate? And I think those that have children, perhaps love is a stronger emotion than those that don't. But man, anger and hate can be very strong emotions. And I can't even remember her name, but she posted something on my show. Oh, little Nikki commented, why is it that some of your guests on your channel who have their own shows, and I don't know how many of them have their own shows, seem to think they are superior and therefore have the audacity to tell you how to run yours. They constantly berate you and your opinions of how you feel and how you should behave and how terrible your show is. Well, that's primarily Howard, who comes on my show. Now, Howard says he has done, and I believe him when he says that he has done real radio and all this. I'm not giving you a link today, Howard. I got to get to work, so it's going to be a really short show. But I wish Howard would primarily, I would love it. If we're talking about Valentine's Day and a day of love, I would love for Howard to do his own show, because he tells me how awful and bad my show is and how much superior he is than me. And Howard, you can do that by showing it to me in practice. I don't give a hoot what you say. Show it to me in practice. Do a show, Howard. Do your own. You're so much more superior than me and better than me. Then you should be able to do an excellent show on your own. Now, it's not because I don't want to talk to you, but it's just that I have to get to work. And I have other plans. I mean, I have to do things. So this is going to be a rather short show. The link is not personal, but he always asks for a link to tell me how terrible and awful my show is. Yes. But in life, you're always going to find somebody who's smarter, stronger, tougher, meaner than you. The truth is, you should strive to be as tough as you personally can be. I should strive to be as tough as I personally can be. There are people that are tougher than I am, who are harder workers than I am. They can be an example, but you just have to, I think one has to look forward and work hard and love to work. Love to work hard and love to do what is best. Just as there are people who don't like America, there are plenty of people that don't like America and who live in America that don't like it, feel it's racist and this and that, but they won't go live in another country to show you in practice how a country should be run. The same thing with a lot of people in Europe. They say how bad it is, but they won't leave and show you in practice how it should be done. You know, instead of telling me, show me what you mean. Words mean nothing without you showing me. You could do all kinds of things, Howard, on your. You are a computer expert and all this other stuff, and you have a wide range of knowledge. I will admit that even that you are smarter than I am. I don't think that your behavior, though, is good with relationships. I don't think that you are better in that regard because you take things very personally, and you don't know when to walk away, and you're very demanding. I'm just talking about Howard. Howard is a person. If you listen to my show, there is a person that does who's come on to my show, and if he comes, he comes. If he doesn't, he doesn't. To a degree, he's kind of a nuisance, and he tells me oftentimes how bad I am and how bad my show is, and I keep telling him, "Do your own." But then he says, "This is my show," and he makes it. He likes to make it his own show. He likes to do his own. He likes to do his own thing on my show, and then he's asking for a link. It's like he's coming. He's like a person who comes in as a guest to your house, always asks to come over and tells you what a crappy place you live in, or comes over for dinner and always complains on how bad the meal is prepared. Such a wonderful thing to do. He did suggest that I do movies and do a movie show, and I might do some movies. But yeah, some people they connect with you. They're around you. They decide to hang around you, and they're very negative and sometimes to a degree a rather uh, toxic person. And then I guess they think that their toxicity is valuable perhaps because they are intelligent. But I do recommend Howard, One Angry Jew, and he just says that I live in a crappy place, and yeah, and that's about the size of it. The Super Bowl was yesterday. Rams won, so I guess being from LA, I guess I could be happy, but as I grow older, those things make me less happy. And yeah, yesterday we did the Boohoo show, and I mentioned that basically those who came before me had a lot more grit and a lot more toughness, and I strive for that. Donning Armour mentioned like how his family members, some of them lived in outhouses. I think he said his father, uh, you know, didn't have running water or this or that. And I think you have to kind of be grateful that however life is right now, it is far superior than what was back then. And you're always going to run into obstacles. You're always going to run into individuals. Right now, my obstacle right now is a very vindictive Howard. He just he's the one. He tells me how bad my show is. He tells me how bad my show is, and just unbelievable. Tells me how bad my show is, but always listening, you know. And there, you know what? There are people that love to hate listen to people, and that's just the way it is. I mean, you know what? People are free to listen, and people are free to comment. Um, you know, I'm for the most part in favor of free speech. Uh, I try to follow YouTube guidelines. I think I want to do a show with less profanity, but for the most part, uh, uh, I'm not in favor of toxicity. And if I had the time, I would explain that to Howard that I find this behavior to be a bit toxic, and he's become a bit of a toxic presence, and he probably doesn't see it, but he's been toxic to other people, and now he's uh, become kind of rather toxic to me. And I guess he doesn't care, you know, and there are people like that in the world who are toxic in your life and they don't care one way or the other and have a toxic presence. They'll tell you how bad you are and continue to be around you. And that's fine. Some people hate my show and they hate what I say and they hate my values. Some people may even agree with a lot of my values, but still hate me as a person because I think Howard and I do agree on certain things, but there are certain things that he criticizes me on that he doesn't like, and he's far more toxic than people who don't like my values and don't like what I say and don't like the guest I have on. There are people who really object to donning armor. I often agree with what he says. There's a lot of hypocrisy out there. There is uh, quite a bit of double talk and sneakiness, um, the likes of which I've never seen before. And you can get angry about it, but you can just point it out. It's there. What are you going to do? Sometimes there are bullies out there, and sometimes they're not going away. And sometimes you have to work around them. Sometimes you have to fight them. Other times you have to flee them. But my recommendation for me and anyone else out there who may gain it, do your best, work hard, and increase your pain tolerance. With that being said, this is Brian with Transparency and Merit. Like, subscribe, leave a comment down below, share this video, and visit our Rumble page. Well, Howard wants to know how he's toxic. Well, Howard, you continually put me down. Uh, you will argue with my guests. You will interrupt me when you're on. You will interrupt, and you filibuster my show. When you're on with other people, you will interrupt them and you will habitually filibuster. I know that other people do it, but you tend to do it more than others, and you're very aggressive. You're a very aggressive person. And yeah, that's a problem. Your aggression is a problem. That's fine. If you're better than me, then show it. Do your own show. I keep telling Howard should do his own show. He could put a link, like after my show is done, he could put a link to his show and I would listen to it. I would subscribe to it. Because obviously I don't know what I'm doing and you're far superior to me. So why would you ever want to be on someone's show that you are superior to? Except if it's to boost your ego. Hey, with that being said, hey guys, like, subscribe, leave a comment down below. And Howard, I will have you on. I just have to get to work, and I don't have time to do too long of a show today. So again, like, subscribe, leave a comment down below. Visit our Rumble page. Visit our be a friend with me on Twitter and on Getter. Thank you for listening, and enjoy the rest of your day. Happy Valentine's Day, everybody.